flat, so between me and my friends, just kind of a joke for us. And I also thought it'd be a really easy, conspiracy to find a good video on that would take it seriously, but that wasn't really the case, and this is one of the better videos I could find. And throughout the whole video, he really anchors on just observing a flat plane. That's really all he will kind of focus on when he's asked to prove anything about the Earth being flat.
Based on what they're showing us, it seems very... In my last career, I was travelling around the world as an international sales rep. And as I travelled around the world, what I observed on almost every flight was the same thing, which was lots of people staring at the back of their headrests and observing the latest movie, drinking booze, falling asleep, whereas I would actually be at the back of the plane.
See, there's also kind of trying to separate himself with the Dunning-Kruger, like, oh, these people are just drinking, watching TV, while I'm observing, being more intelligent, smarter than everybody else. You can believe me and what I think.
Looking out at the emergency exit window, which had the widest viewing angle, and observing the flat plane below.
See, there it is, just observing the flat plane below, kind of a gut feeling like, oh, it looks flat, so I think it's flat. It makes sense to me that it would be flat.
Being the case, when I came across a Matt Powerland video on YouTube and he uttered the words flat Earth, not in ridicule, but in the same context as we're talking about today, it immediately was a eureka moment. I mean, I literally went and woke my wife up and told her that the Earth was flat.
There is like some obvious confirmation bias. Like, he just sees one YouTube video, doesn't know how credible it is, but he sees it, agrees with his ideology, and like, there it is, eureka, Earth is flat. Proof, obviously, right there.
Well, NASA were developed for the sole purpose of lying to us. Their only purpose is to perpetuate the globe lie. Every single story that is told by NASA has the subcontext that we live on a globe. The way they're faking things is supported with evidence. But to say, do I need to prove it? I would say no, because the starting point is flat. That's what you observe, that's what I observe, and that's what everyone deals with in their day-to-day lives.
See, more anchoring. He doesn't think he really needs to prove it because the starting point is flat, and that's what we observe, is everything being flat. And then something else that isn't really a bias, but I'd like to point out, is where they're shooting it, just nice background where the Earth looks to be flat. So I don't know if he's doing that on purpose, but it's just kind of something else that could be helping out his anchoring ideology, that there's the observable flat plane, which is what he focuses on. And I don't really believe in this conspiracy because there's nothing really to support it at all. It just basically gut feeling and anchoring in the Earth looking flat. That's pretty much it.